This is around 35 feet. So I want to talk to you about 1/3 of that, 10 feet. Title of my presentation, 10 feet. That's the title. This is my friend Jules Tirado. We went to Bataha diving. I'm an underwater photographer. And usually when you're diving in the Philippines, this is usually the image that you get. There's a school of monster jacks swimming around. We were swimming with them for what? 5,
The first
10
time we
minutes.
learned diving, we were
And
together.
it's usually the picture that you get of Philippines when you're diving. It's a beautiful sight. But I want to talk to you about something more interesting. I want to talk to you about what you see at 10 feet, right? At 10 feet, your life changes. There's a thin line between something that's between this world and something that's very alien. Like take this for example. I found this at 5 feet or 5 to 10 feet. This is the most poisonous fish in the world. This is a stonefish. I found it in front of Manilao. If you touch it with your hand turns black and you die. That's what happens. And it's so hard to see because you think it's dead, you think it's a coral, you think it's really bizarre. Another bizarre thing that we found underwater is this is a hairy frogfish. It's the Shih Tzu of the ocean, but really ugly. And that's it with the big mouth, and you see over there, that's its lure to catch other fish. And you know, these are actually things that you find in the Philippines, which you can only find in National Geographic, and yet we have them just here, 10 feet. 10 feet. We're home to the bizarre. We're home to the most beautiful and the bizarre things here. This is a scorpion fish. It looks like a piece of coral and a piece of seaweed, but no, actually, I took this photo, and you can see the really eerie red eye when I shot it. And one touch from this thing, and it's either 50-50 chance you're gonna live. The Philippines is home to the biggest and the smallest of things. I'd like to talk about the biggest. I was in Bataha. This is a huge sea turtle. It's around 100 years old. Just to give you a perspective, see this stage? Half this stage, this from here, that's how big that turtle is. It's really huge. It's around, I thought it was a coral, yung pala, it started walking. That's its penis. Just kidding. That's giant manta ray. I was playing with a manta ray. I swam with a manta ray. I was so happy. 30 feet deep. We were blowing bubbles and it was flying over us and it was getting kilig because the bubbles were like hitting its back and it was really happy. Stuff that you could only see in Discovery Channel or Nat Geo, but you know, they're just there. Swimming with us. I'm a lover of sharks. I hate the media, even though I'm part of the media, because the media was part of that campaign to make sharks look bad because of Jaws and all that stuff. No, I was swimming. This is a huge white-tip shark. I saw it at 20 feet. It's actually pretty close to the surface of the water, pretty close to the surface. And I was really approaching it really slowly because I wanted to take a photo with it. And it's really funny that we find ourselves here in Manila, you know, we look at sharks and we look at these photos of fish, and it's so silly that we seem to have no affinity towards these things. In fact, we come from a very rich island culture. Because why? We're stuck here in Manila. Let me show you a video. Best moment of my life, captured on tape. I was filming the Sardinia in Pescador Island, Bolbol, and this huge whale shark comes out of the deep, and then all of a sudden it starts swimming. By the way, it's moving really fast, around 30 miles per hour. And I was swimming, that's why I was trying to make contact. And at this moment here, it's turning, and that moment, eye contact. We were looking at each other. I was looking at my camera. Holy shit. Oops, sorry. And at that moment, that's when you actually realize we're actually pretty lucky to live in this country, because things like this you only see on television, and yet it's just in Cebu. Very easy to find. Another photo, another video. That's a treasure shark. Scientific research has only discovered lately what that tail is. See, it's a very deep diving shark, and with a really long tail. And nobody knew what the tail was for until people started diving in Cebu, and we started seeing this kind of footage. We realized that the tail was being used as a whip. And that video in the Philippines, everyone, all the divers here have that video, and we're submitting that video now. to the Treasure Shark Foundation. We're home to the smallest of species. Small shrimp. This is a pygmy seahorse. Take a grain of rice, cut it in half. That's how big that thing is. I was shooting in the raw. It's so impossible to get. Nudibranch. The Philippines is known for nudibranchs. It's called nudibranch. Nudi meaning naked, branch meaning lungs. That's its breeding apparatus over there. This is Halgerda batangas, discovered in Batangas. That's its scientific name, by Terry Goslinger, a famous scientist. The book on nudibranchs was written here in the Philippines. Amazing stuff. This is a barrel coral having a huge orgasm, no kidding. That's how it produces. It's like coming. Everyone starts going. These are, yeah, it's one big orgy. These are two. I thought they were giving high five, but no, they're actually having sex. You can see the there. So what's my point? What's my point to all this? It seems that social media in the Philippines is very popular, but the people who are really important aren't in it. Because we have a huge bubble, and yet we have so many scientists, so many architects, so many marine biologists who are not on Twitter, Facebook, and so on and so forth. In fact, it's so easy to actually see this. This is a 3 feet taken with an iPhone 4. It's another kind of nudibranch in El Nido, Palawan. And we need to close. All I have to say is that as marketers and as people who have influence, we are the internet elite. We need to get people who matter on Twitter, on Facebook, to share this, because this is really our true natural resource, and it's only 10 feet deep. Thank you very much.